embarker headed westbound. Port Neal here. Heading northbound on Port Neal. Speeds are about 80. Passing Toledo. Still northbound doing about 70 and 45 zone. Still doing 70 and a 45. Coming up still. 236. Okay, north of 235th, I'm going to get sticks out. Yeah, just coming in behind the rest area. You ready, 37? I think he's getting about stopping here.
What's stopping, 327?
21, I got him right here. Hey, about hit me head on. And Allison, going north on Allison towards the range. We're still northbound, pulling into the range. We're stopping. Alright, get me up. I got one on the ground here. One ran south, red shirt. He's got the gun. Do you see the other guy? He ran south. He had a red sweatshirt on.
When you go to Southbridge and help out the rider, what's the other female there?
Talking medical, I got one occupant on the ground with a gunshot wound.
Thank you. Talk to you about an ongoing investigation that is taking place with officer-involved shooting, and to protect the integrity of the case, I'm limited in what I can say. This is a joint investigation with the GCI in accordance with our policy. I appreciate the media's patience regarding this investigation, but it's very imperative that the process is done correctly. I know we live in a time where everything is instantaneous, but when we're dealing with a shooting such as this that takes place across the country, not everything happens as fast as often you hope for, and I appreciate your patience and letting us continue to work through this. I want to talk about the incident that occurred around 3:20 in the morning on February 26th. 3 deputies were involved in this incident. Deputy Troy Tadlock, who initiated the traffic stop. Deputy Derek Brand attempted to assist in the pursuit. And lastly, Deputy Mike Lenz. This is a brief summary of the incident. 3:24 hours, Deputy Troy Tadlock tries to initiate a traffic stop on a gray Lincoln at 260th Street near Port Neal Road. The vehicle fails to stop and travels westbound on 260th Street. It turns northbound on Port Neal Road and continues to disobey the deputy's lights. At 3:27, Deputy Tadlock advises vehicle is stopping north of 235th Street on Port Neal Road, which is adjacent to the southbound rest area on I-29. A female exits the vehicle, and the driver, Brittany Hood, takes off on foot, and before Deputy Tadlock realizes, 2 subjects in the vehicle take off. Deputy Tadlock continues to chase the driver on foot and placed into custody. At 3:28, Deputy Derek Brand is southbound on Port Neal Road, and he's coming to the aid of Deputy Tadlock. Deputy Brand is run off the road by the suspect. The vehicle tried to hit Deputy Brand head on. Deputy Brand's vehicle is now stuck in the ditch. Deputy Tadlock is out in the field with a female. And at 3:28, Deputy Mike Lenz picks up the suspect vehicle and turns onto 225th Street from Port Neal Road. Deputy Lenz is the lone deputy available at this time, as the other 2 are out of play. At 3:30, Deputy Lenz advised the vehicle is going northbound on 225th Street at a high rate of speed. The vehicle travels on Allison Street until it reaches the Sioux City Police Department's training center and can go no further. The suspect turns around and comes at the deputy's vehicle. At 3:31, Deputy Lenz turns around and attempts to stop the vehicle. It's stuck in the ditch by the Hawkeye Gun Club. As Deputy Lenz is coming to a stop, the alleged suspect, Melvin Spencer, begins firing multiple rounds at Deputy Lenz, striking the vehicle. Suspect Michael Spencer flees on foot. A perimeter is set up with the assistance of multiple agencies who come to render aid to an officer in need of assistance. At approximately 3 hours later, 6:38, Melvin Spencer is located, hiding in a tree line and taken into custody without incident. He is transported to the hospital to be checked out for exposure after spending 3 hours in the elements. I really want to thank the agencies that came to assist our deputy. That was alone in a shootout. They rallied around the Sioux City Police Department, of course, sent as many as they could. I want to thank the Communications Center dispatcher. Calm in a storm. You probably heard the tape. These dispatchers do a tremendous job under a very stressful situation. Sioux City Fire Department, the Iowa State Patrol, the Iowa State Patrol's Air Wing, who came out of Des Moines to assist, Sergeant Bluff Police Department, Mobile Police Department, the ATF, the Iowa Division of Criminal Investigation, the Department of Natural Resources from Iowa, the 185th, Sioux Gateway Airport Operations, and Siouxland Paramedics. I want to share with you the importance of a team effort, and the team effort was done by every agency in the area. When that call comes out for a deputy in need of assistance or an officer needs assistance, it does not matter what uniform or badge. With our limited resources, we all show up to help one another. I'm grateful today to stand here and tell you that our deputy, Mike Lenz, in a time of peril, showed great courage and rendered aid to someone that was injured. All our deputies acted professional and very responsible. I'm proud of Deputy Lenz. I'm proud of every deputy and officer here in Northwest Iowa that showed up to help us. Instead of planning a funeral, this is a press conference about a deputy who showed great courage, survival instincts. I couldn't be more proud to have had a small part. Deputy Lenz, I was able to hire as a deputy in September of 2014. Prior to that, he served as a correctional officer, and I credit my predecessor, Glenn Parrott, for hiring deputy, having the knowledge and good sense to hire Deputy Lenz as a correctional officer to start his career. I'm proud of every deputy that showed up and every officer. As I said, I'm just very grateful that we are not here discussing funeral arrangements, but we are here to say that the alleged suspect is in custody, and the investigation is ongoing, and we are continuing to develop leads and work with agencies to end up in court of law and let it be tried out there. The alleged suspect, Melvin Spencer, is innocent until proven guilty. So we respect that, his rights, as we did out on the street, and how he was treated properly. I really don't have anything else. I'm sure you have some questions, and I will do my best to answer in such a limited fashion I know that you would probably like to see the video, and there will be a time. County attorney is not comfortable releasing the video, and I think for a number of reasons. One, the integrity of the case. The two, in Iowa, the courts are they get very concerned about a video being released because it then could prejudice potential jurors. So when that time is available, according to the county attorney and those involved, we will release that video. I will say that Deputy Lenz did receive a number of rounds at his vehicle and did a great job.
So Dave, we had two suspects shooting at your deputy.
No, one.
So Spencer was.
Right. Yes, at this time, but I can't get into what the other party's role was.
Can you say if someone was taken to the hospital? Besides Spencer, for that?
Yes, there was another party taken to the hospital. I cannot release his name because there are no charges pending.
Okay. Can you say what reason he was taken to the hospital for?
He was taken to the hospital for a gunshot wound.
And is he still in the hospital?
Last I knew, but we are not, there's no charges and we are not watching.
What is Spencer's condition?
I don't know.
Spencer's in the jail, right?
Spencer's in the jail. Well, hold it. The last one, Melvin's in the jail.
Yeah, Melvin.
Spencer. Melvin Spencer. He's in the jail. The other subject's in the hospital.
And that subject's not under guard. That subject is rescued.
At this point.
How many people? So there's 3 people total in the car that they pursued. One
Right.
fled.
Right.
And Melvin took the wheel, started hauling.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Yeah. I know it's maybe a little unclear because there's some. Yeah, it's a little unclear, but through the affidavits and some of those things, you probably piecemeal some of it together.
Is your deputy on administrative leave right now because of this?
Yes, he's on administrative leave. Been a part of his debriefing, counseling through peer, and he'll be getting some professional help. I would like to thank the officers from the Sioux City Police Department that have been involved in shootings, that have reached out as tremendous peer support to help him, because going through an incident like this is difficult, and it's obviously not what the TV's like, and I think to have rounds fired at you and to remain as courageous as he did, it's very exceptional and a valor. I've been involved in law enforcement 36 years. You never know. You shoot at paper targets all your career. Paper targets don't shoot back. So you don't know how somebody's going to react. But Deputy Lenz was able to stand up against difficult odds and face that danger, and I'm very proud of him.
Can you spell his last name for me?
Lenz, L-E-N-Z. Mike Lenz.
Have you spoke with him and you know how he's holding up?
I spoke with him every day but today, and we've had good conversations. He's doing well. He's a good young man. He'll do well. Told him we needed some more warmer weather so we could ride our Harleys and get some really good therapy. But he's a good mind and spirit. He's got a lot of brothers and sisters here in law enforcement supporting him. It's wonderful about being in this profession, and they're there to help him. And like I said, I'm very, very grateful for the Sioux City Police Department, those officers that have been involved in shootings to connect. Because, I could talk to him all day long, but I've never been in a shooting. And, we'd like to talk to somebody that has been in that and be able to have experienced that and know some of the emotions that go with that.
So the two you have in custody, I saw that one had a hold for South Dakota, the other one a hold for Minnesota. So can you say anything as far as their backgrounds? It sounds like ongoing criminal conduct, whatever it was.
I honestly don't know that. I don't know their personal criminal histories. I've been more concerned about our deputy and know that the charges have been brought against Melvin Spencer and the other lady. Can't remember her name now. Hood, Miss Hood, and we'll see on the other part.
Can Can you say where this person with the gunshot wound was shot at? Were they in the car? Were they outside the car?
Yeah, I can't get into that.
Okay. What was that? What was found in the vehicle? Was there any illegal substance?
Yeah, I can't tell you at this time. You know. As much as I'd like to tell you a lot of things, I'm sure county attorney would be coming over here and telling me I can only say so much. I've had a chance to visit with PJ. I appreciate his ability and his reasoning to talk to me and help me through this, and got a little script, which is not usual for me, if you know me. So he doesn't want me to wander too far. And but again, I cannot reiterate enough how much we appreciate. You know, when we have limited staff, and I have talked about this, I know you've reported it. When we have a limited amount of people, and I've gone in front of the board and talked about shortages and talked about what could happen, because we always run short. Well, you know, knocked on the door. But fortunately, as I said, Deputy Lenz has a real strong will to survive. And so I think I've spoke with the board about my concerns in the 4 years I've been as sheriff, starting my second term. I hope somewhere along the line people understand that we've had 5 shootings in a little over 2 years, and so if you go back to 2015 or maybe the late fall of 2014 when the first one happened, I think in the 30 years that I've been on before that, I can't remember 5 that we've had total. I might be off a little, but 5 in the last little over 2 years of concern for all of law enforcement in this area, because you know, it's not saying it's not safe, but our deputies and officers here come under great stress at times. And I think the thing that is most concerning to me is that Deputy Lenz was there alone in a shootout for a little bit of time. And that, if you've been in this job, is, though it may have only been 3 or 4 minutes, that seems like a half hour. And I guess somebody's going to have to look at how I can get more bodies. So these kind of events, at least he knows that somebody's right on his tail, not waiting. So this could have ended different, but I think, you know, obviously there's a lot of people that pray and help and pray for law enforcement, and we appreciate it. It is what sustains us in difficult times. Any other questions?
So, and this might be a better question for PJ, but so with the hospitalized person, not sure right now, possible charges haven't been ruled out totally yet at all. Or?
Yeah, I really can't comment as much as I'd like to. I'm not able to comment on that.
And so, was there 2 cars that got stuck during this case?
Yeah, well, our deputy was headed to help. Deputy Brand was headed to help Deputy Tadlock on the initial traffic stop of the shooting. And when the subject got out and ran, nobody knew there was 2 other people in the car. It was dark, tinted, couldn't see, and so much to his surprise, the vehicle took off. Deputy Brand then is still coming to help until that vehicle tries to take him out. So instead of being hit head on, he takes evasive actions and goes into the ditch. He didn't get hurt. Car got a little banged up, but that meant 2 people are out of that pursuit now, and we got 1 alone. And Sergeant Bluff, officer, was the first on scene. I don't remember how many minutes later it was. I'm sure if you ask Deputy Lynn someday, he'd probably tell you it seemed like a lifetime.
How long did the gunfight actually have to take place for? Is there any indication of what the officer told you? You know,
No, I don't. All right. Listen, I appreciate everybody's patience, and I'm sure there'll be a day when that can be released, and we'll get you that video. I know that you do have some audio of the incident, but this time I'm not able to release it. Thank you very much.